Hello, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique, and I'm on a financial health journey to create an inheritance for the generations to come. I want to do that through consistency and discipline. Today is Wednesday, May the 22nd, and I am here to do what am I doing? I am here to do a budget check-in, talk through a couple of things as far as how I'm making a few little adjustments to my budgeting. You know, we're storming right now as far as the marriage and money concept is concerned, and just trying to get things a little bit better. So I'll talk through a couple of changes for that, and then we're here to see what's in my wallet. So I'm going to take these wallets and move those over to the side for right now. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. I started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognizing, appreciate the community as a whole. So if you're rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. So really quickly, I do have a monthly overview. I thought this was going to be the last month for this. I am going to need to do it in June as well. So you'll see this type of calendar one more time on my channel, and then I'm going to be moving to this monthly planner. I thought that this started in June. Turns out it starts in July. That's the first month, July. So I still need to do a monthly overview, kind of drawn out one more time, and then we'll move to that book view. And again, that book came from Walmart. I think it was like $6 or $7, and we'll talk about that one a little bit later on. I'm going to scroll in really quickly and just talk through the things that have cleared since the last time you saw this calendar. Lawn Love for my lawn care came out. It was $75. And I have a pen out. I just don't know where I put it. Didn't know where I put it. So will this work? I bet you it's going to be too big. That was $75 on that one. And that's cleared. Mortgage, I put $200 in there instead of $250. Tithes cleared. Bridge Press cleared. That's for my car loan. Green Sky cleared. Kohl's, it's hard to read because the ink smudged. But for Kohl's, I was supposed to give $85. I did $0 for right now. I have not given that money. I may still give that money. I just decided to hold on to it right now because when you look at the calendar, you realize I'm going out of town to celebrate my niece's graduation and her birthday. We're going to do something for her on Memorial Day. I want to help my sister with that a little bit. And plus, it's going to be more money as far as travel is concerned. So all of that means that I'm going to hold off on paying Kohl's. I didn't miss a payment. I made a payment of $114 because I spent $114. I swiped my card so I could get the 30% discount. And then I immediately put that money in the bank because I had cash. I put that money in the bank and then made a payment. So my payment shows a $0 that was due. My plan was still to make the $86 payment on this one, and I may still do that. I'm just holding it for right now. So I did clear that off, but it is at a $0 amount for right now. Spotify did come out. So my daughter has an individual plan. Sweets has an individual plan. I've combined them together to do Spotify Duo. It's cheaper. Instead of paying $22, I'll be paying $14.99. The problem was I didn't do it the right way. So they still took out individually for my daughter. And then I should expect to get a duo Spotify payment that's going to be due on the 9th of June. Once I do that, now that I have her account set up correctly, then going forward, we'll just see the duo charge for $14.99 at the beginning of the month as opposed to the end. So that's the review as far as the monthly calendar is concerned. All right, next, here are some additional changes that I made. So this is the view that you were used to seeing, or at least that you saw this last time when I did a budget with me. It is the bi-weekly paycheck budget view. And I will still use this overall to keep track paycheck-wise how my money is looking. But I have decided to move back to a weekly view. So I had a weekly view before, and then I was trying to move back to a bi-weekly view, but I found that this is going to be better as we are working through marriage and money right now. And it's for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it's a cleaner list or a cleaner view of how we are tracking our expenses. Number 2, Sweets does his expenses weekly, so having a weekly view makes the better sense for him versus doing a paycheck view that's based on my paycheck. He doesn't get paid when I get paid. He gets paid every week. I'm used to doing an every week, so let's just move back to an every week. Plus, this particular form, if I needed to, I could literally just copy this page and email it to him so he can see all of the bills that we have to pay, what invariable expenses we're allotting, and then what we have spent our money on, or where he would track what he's spending money on as well. Because I can load this form to Google Sheets. He uses Google Sheets for his business. So I can give him this form as far as that's concerned. And now it's, again, a more consistent view. So we're both looking at the same thing. And then the last reason why I'm going to move to this form and I'm going to move to a weekly budget is because we have introduced the weekly binder, the variable expense everyday binder. So I stuffed this the last time I did a cash stuffing, and it was for all of our variable expenses, groceries, gas, home, etc. And the reason why we're doing that is he takes care of home things just as well as I do, and probably more frequently than I do. And we both like cash, but we both can't carry the cash for the same category at the same time, right? So if I have it and I have all the grocery money with me, then how does he pay for groceries when he's going to the grocery store? It just makes it a little bit more difficult. So what we decided to do was to have a binder available with the money. We would pull that money out of that binder if we need to use it for any one category. What we think we might need, pull it from the main binder, go and purchase whatever it is that we need to purchase. If that purchase is under budget, you come back, you put that money that's left over back into the right envelope. If it is over budget, if you're over budget, then, and you have to swipe a card or you have to use some of your blow money, etc., you come back to the envelopes in the binder and you pull what the difference is, what you still owe yourself. And so that felt most comfortable for us. And so because of that, I need to track our variable expenses more closely and not wait 2 weeks before we reconcile the numbers. We really don't need to wait more than a week. And to be honest, we talk about it every couple of days anyway, just to stay aligned and connected so that nobody's overspending and so that we don't end up doing something wrong that's going to negatively impact our budget or our finances. So we're moving back to this form. You've seen this form before on my page. This came from Ask Me How to Budget. She is a velocity banker. We're not moving to that velocity banking mindset, but I do like this money tracker form that she had available. This is in her Google Sheets or her website. So if you go to her YouTube channel, Ask Me How to Budget, and you click on her link, then you will see this form down at the bottom. So she does have updated versions of this form that are available for purchase. But if you scroll all the way down her inventory list, then you will notice that she has this form, money tracker form, her original documents available for free. So I did want to give that plug really quickly because that's where I got this form from. So I took the numbers. Let me go back out. I took the numbers. I'm sorry, Google is having a really tough time right now. I don't know what's going on, but it's very glitchy. So if you scroll too fast, you're going to have an issue. All right, let's see. I'm going to have to close out. Sorry, you guys, but it has been a struggle. There you go. All right. Is it going to stay? Okay, let's hope. I hope they send an update soon. It's definitely been tough. Let's see. And I thought I knew I wrote this number in, but I don't know what it's supposed to be now. So I'm going to have to figure that up again. All right. So let's go in. So I initially budgeted $1,961 as far as my total income was concerned. When Corinne's dad gave me $300 for her, that took me up to $2,261. So that's where that number came from. So the budget with me, you saw 1961 as the total budgeted income. But after getting that $300, it's $22.61, and that's why it is listed in green. So let me do this. 75 plus 11. Nope, that was 10. 75 plus 11. 90, 85, 503, 200, 190 equals. So $1,154 was, I didn't fill all these in all the way. $1,154 is how much I expected to pay as far as bills were concerned for this week. So these are all the bills we talked about when we looked at the monthly overview. I went ahead and put in here the savings of $190 as bill because we don't have a savings category on this form. So I just added it in here. So that was $1,154 was how much I expected to spend between bills and savings. And the actual for just for this week is 503, 200, and 490 equals was $1,369. Now I'm going to put that in green. And you might say, well, why would that be in green, Monique? Because you spent more in bills than you projected to. It's because of the savings. So if you notice here, everything came out as expected. Kohl's was a zero amount, which means I didn't have to pay anything. And my savings is where you saw the increase of the $300 and some odd dollars. So that's why I put it in green, because where that was actually showing is more so in savings and not necessarily in bills. So I did $13.69 in green for that. Next, variable expenses. And those variable expenses are tracked here at the bottom. Okay, so I don't have any amounts as far as groceries are concerned. So that same 80 that I put in there is still there. So my actual for spend is 0. Next, for gas, there's one purchase of gas. I'm going to adjust it just a little bit and bring it down. Let's go up. All right. Maybe that's better for you guys to see. Gas, one purchase for $35. So that's under budget. Home, one purchase of $31. That's under budget. Dining, one purchase of $3. I had to get some breakfast for Corinne, so that's under budget. Corinne got her 20 as expected. Online, instead of having any cash, I did not spend any of my money, so I still have my $20. Meds is where I went over. Sweets ran out of a couple of more supplements faster than I expected, so I spent $32. And that was an online purchase with Amazon, but that was $32. So I was over budget in that category. And then the only other thing that you see here is in blue. So I did close my Etsy shop for my jewelry business for right now, but I did have a $3.60, I think, amount that was due because some of the items auto renewed, and so I had to take care of that before they allowed me to close it. You see it in blue because I have sinking funds that I took that from, so it did not account for anything out of my variable expense money. All right, so now let's reconcile these numbers over here. So as far as my results are concerned, $80 still left in groceries, $5 in gas, and that is online, $9 in home, that is in my variable expense binder, and that 80 is in the variable expense binder as well. Dining, I have 27 left for this week, and that money is reflected in my binder. Corinne doesn't have anything. My 20 that I have is in my, I'm going to transfer that to my Moterm wallet so that I can carry that around with me because that's my me money. And then meds, I did these online and it came out of my variable expense account that I have. I did have a little bit of cushion in there, and I'm grateful for that because I did go over in this category by $12. So this is negative 12 right now. All right, so let's see what those numbers look like. these all should total up to $250. Let's see what I actually spent. That was 0, 35, 31, 3, 20, and 32 equals $121. So I'm still in green because it was $121 that I spent. And so that result, 250 minus 121 equals $129. So there's still $129 left. Now, that $129 gets rolled over. I'm not really taking anything to go towards spending or anything like that for right now. That $129, I'm just keeping it in the envelopes, and that's probably what's going to continue to happen. So I'm going to continue to give money into these categories. We're going to spend what we spend, and then we're going to roll over the rest in these categories so that we're building those envelopes up to a point where we'll be able to use a credit card to swipe, get the points for that, and then unstuff that cash and put it back in the bank. We would unstuff it from the envelope. So that's where we're leading towards. This is our first step in that process. All of our charges are accounted for. That's all that we had, which is good. So let's talk about what's in our wallet. So I had my money. I'm going to come out a little bit more. So I had that money in here for some of these categories. And then I have the money in here that as we started as far as that this variable binder is concerned. All right, so groceries as total. So I gave 80. Let's see how much we have in here overall. So 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. So we have $90 total in groceries. And so we're just rolling all of that over. Okay, gas is online, so I don't have anything in here, but I am going to start to put a little bit in here, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Next, home, I spent 31, so I rolled over 9. We may have already had something in here. Let me see. Home now has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, so we didn't have any extra in this one. We just still have the 9 that's left over from this week's spending. All right, food is dining. And we spent $3, so we should have 27 we're rolling over. Now we have a total of 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42. So we have a total of $42 now in dining out. Corinne got all of her money. I got all of my money. Meds. So I spent this money online. I went over. I was only supposed to have $20 to spend this past week. I spent 32, so that shows a negative 12, but I did have 5 left over from the week before, so I'm still going to keep that in there for right now. And then a new category that you will see for next week is going to be pets. I'm going to start to have Xerxes, pet money pulled out separately. So I've been using household to get his food, to get toys, etc. But that is going to need to change because we've got more household expenses that we're going to have. So I need to create a separate category for him. What I don't want to happen is I'm buying more paper towel, more toilet tissue, more plastic products, laundry detergent, dish detergent, etc. I keep buying all of that because we need more right now. And then I look around and his food is out, which is kind of what happened and why I said I need to have money separated out specifically for him. So that is going to be a new everyday expense category that you're going to see in this binder. I will do a not a budget with me, but like a cash stuffing for next week's variable expenses. That'll be the next video that you see after this one, and you'll see me stuff this, and you'll see some additional changes that I'm making as well. Remember, I'm just trying to storm through some new things that we need to do from a budget concern as it relates to being married now. All right, so this is the everyday wallet that I have, and the thought is I would pull the money from here, put it in here to take with me so that I'm taking around, just a small amount, just what I need. That I'm going to still try and do that, but it's going to become less important because some of these categories might remain online. But we'll see how that works out. So the only thing that I have money in here for is the change that we need to go ahead and put into our change tower, coin tower. And then my personal is the only thing that's left in here. Everything else is empty. So let me pull that out from there for right now. because that's my personal money. So that's not going to go into the everyday binder. So change first. Got to move everything over so I can slide this sucker out. Pennies, nickel, and then the rest is quarters. Quarters. Quarters are building up really nicely right in here. No dimes this week. All right, so we got that. Let's slide that back into place over there. And then this was the money left over from my personal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in my wallet. We may go and get something to eat today and eat out today because I do have some running around that I need to do. Let's put it in personal. I had an extra 5 in my wallet for personal. And then this is the 20 that I never spent. So I'm going to fold that and I'm going to put it in here. And if we decide to pick up some food while we're running errands this afternoon, then I'll pull it from here and not pull it from the dining out binder right now. I think that's the way I'm going to handle it. So that goes in here and we are done. So this will be for me. And we're starting from scratch as far as that personal category is concerned for the next week's budget. All right, I think that is it. I was hoping that I was going to be able to actually do a budget with me for next week as well using this form so you guys can see it. But this video is already at 21 minutes, so I will hold that. I will do that budget with me for next week plus stuff, the variable expenses as well. On the next video. All right. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.